Okay, welcome back to... joke lang. Okay, take 2. Action. Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to my channel. Boring na introduction. Okay, what a boring introduction. For today, what I am going to do is, I'm going to talk about the relationship between mRNA vaccines and your DNA. Actually, I'm supposed to talk about just mRNA, what it is, and what is it exactly in contrast to what DNA is. Now, I believe a lot of us already know what DNA is, but mRNA, it's the first time that most of us probably heard about it, especially now that the vaccines are rolling. So Pfizer and Moderna are both mRNA vaccines. So, plus the fact that, let me just bring this up already, as early as now. Plus the fact that Pfizer's CEO, he said on an interview that mRNA is used for gene therapy or gene editing. Okay, so with that being said, the vaccines, which are Pfizer and Moderna, they are both mRNA vaccines. So what does that have to do with COVID-19, and how is that going to affect our DNA? How's that going to affect us in the future? Because if it is the CEO of Pfizer who said that mRNA is used for gene editing or gene therapy, like for stem cell, for stem cells. I don't know what I'm supposed to call the next word for that, but yeah, it's done for cancer patients, etc., etc. You can watch his interview; it's on YouTube. So what does that have to do with us? Now that these vaccines for COVID-19 being rolled out has mRNA. Okay, so these are what I got. So of course we're gonna first get information from very reliable sources, reliable websites with reliable people who wrote them, etc. So this one is a genetic analyst. I was trying to check more about this person to see if she is anti-vax or not, but I haven't found any. So I leave it all to you to do your further research about it. But this is the simplest website or content that I have found regarding mRNA and its relationship to DNA or us. Okay, and that's why I'm going to use this one instead. I want to reach out to a lot of people who doesn't really speak that much of English, especially to people in my country. So my point is to really look for content that is using simple English. Okay, so this is what I got. That's why I got this one. Alright, so let's take a look first on what is messenger RNA. So of course we're gonna go to Wikipedia. Remember Wikipedia is being accessed by a lot of people and can edit this website as well and the information, etc. But it only gets posted. You see that it's protected. So therefore, meaning not everyone who has access to the internet can edit stuff in Wikipedia. And we can always do our own research, match it with information that we get from Wikipedia, and so that we'll be able to prove if it's real, if it's true or false. Okay, but for now, like I've said, the purpose of this video is to simply explain and give ideas on what it is about, what is mRNA and what it is about. Okay, and RNA. Alright, so based on what we see here on the picture, so that's our DNA. All human beings has DNA, and we have RNA. So RNA is an acid, polymeric molecule, which is essential, which is very essential. So all human beings has this. All right. And when we say messenger RNA, so this is like the simplest. Let's take a look at this one. Here. So let me read. This is basic science. As many of us know, the function of RNA, or ribonucleic acid, is to carry out messages from our DNA. So based on here, this one here is coming from the DNA, and it works like a messenger. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna carry the messages that's coming from our DNA, and the purpose is to create proteins. The proteins, we need that for basic cellular activity in our human body. Okay, which is very critical. So that's why all human life, or all human beings, has this happening right now as you listen to me. Now, in order to make DNA, excuse me, in order for this DNA to make proteins, again, the proteins would be used for cellular activity in our human body. Alright? It must convert to mRNA. Okay, so something coming from DNA will be converted to mRNA. So that thing should become a messenger. Alright? Why? Because so that the protein synthesis will happen. Okay, this mRNA conversion occurs constantly, and it's happening, yeah, like I've said, it's happening to you right now. DNA must convert to mRNA because mRNA is much more accessible to the body than DNA, and this is a required step to make all the proteins we need. Okay, for this sentence, I understand that it's telling us that, our DNA should become mRNA. Why? Because mRNA is more accessible to our human body than DNA. And once it's changed to mRNA, it will be able to supply or create the proteins that the body needs. If I am wrong with how I understand this sentence, if there are listeners or viewers there who are geneticists and doctors and stuff like that, please comment below. I'm going to first time open my comment section, not to invite haters and bashers and stupid people who are bored with their time. I would open that for the very first time so that people who knows much more about this would be able to comment and share their own information. Now, you have to post who you are. If you're reliable or not. So, no need to write your name. All you need to do is write down if you're a doctor, or if you're a genetic analyst like this person, or you're a scientist, or you're a student of this and that. Okay, and that's the only time that I would have your comment posted. If there's nothing like that, and if you're just giving out your opinion without proving that you are a reliable source and you studied about this, then I'm not gonna post your comment. Okay. Alright. Let's take a look at this one. Now this time, let's take a look at this. So this is how it should look like. Okay, I don't really understand this one, but let's go back to this. Why the mRNA vaccine doesn't alter your DNA. Take a look at this. It says here that the vaccine, which is an mRNA vaccine, will not alter or will not change our DNA. That's what it said. But then again, if we take a look at this one, it says that DNA must convert to mRNA. Isn't that confusing and contrasting each other? Right? So yeah, so guys, comment down on the comment section below, and make sure that you write down who you are professionally, if you're reliable or not. Okay? Why the mRNA? In order for the vaccine to alter your DNA, the RNA would need to first enter the nucleus of the cell, which requires a specific enzyme or key. Next, the RNA would need to be reverse transcribed back into DNA, and then this DNA would need to be inserted into the existing DNA in the nucleus, which also requires special enzymes or keys. All of this would need to occur very quickly, as RNA is very unstable. For this reason, there is strong evidence that the vaccine is safe. Now, this one is funny. There is strong evidence that the vaccine is safe because of this. Which is funny. Why? How is that a strong evidence? You did not even say if this is impossible or possible. In science, you cannot stay in the middle. You need to be either yes or a no. Okay, that's how we do it in science. Otherwise, we're not gonna say that it is scientifically proven. Okay, so for this sentence alone, we cannot say that the vaccine is safe, because it says here that all of this would need to occur very quickly, as RNA is very unstable. Okay, fine. So therefore, it means that it will happen. It may happen. Do you see? So if it happens, then this is not true anymore. If it does, which also requires they will need to be inserted. So if it doesn't happen, it would affect or it would alter our DNA. That's what it means, right? So the sentence or the paragraph is leaving us hanging already, without what do you call that? A solid yes or no. Okay. So again, we're still not sure if mRNA vaccines will not change our DNA based on this one, but it may happen. It may change our DNA. It may change your gene. Okay, again, going back to what the CEO of Pfizer said, for stem cells therapy for cancer patients, they have been doing mRNA, which is used for gene editing or gene therapy. So always go back to that fact, because that already is a fact. Okay, so for this one here, we are going to strike this information. Let's strike this out. Let's use this. Okay. Oh wow, it's so big. Like that. Alright. So we're gonna scratch that out, because based on the information that we got so far, this is not true. There is no strong evidence that the vaccine is safe for now. Okay, next. How the mRNA vaccine works. Let's take a look at how it works. With mRNA vaccines, a copy of a specific mRNA sequence is used by your body as instructions to create the spike protein that is unique to c19. When I say c19, it's COVID-19, okay? I don't want my video be filtered by YouTube, and they're filtering all these information. So we need to make sure that we're out there for everyone to see, so that everyone will be informed. Okay, that mRNA sequence is encapsulated into a fat molecule to keep it stable, because like they said here, the RNA is very unstable, so they need a fat molecule to keep it stable. Once mRNA completes its messaging duties, it dies off naturally. So therefore, it's already telling us that they can make RNA stable. So we're going to go back to this again. Do you see? So meaning all of this would need to occur very quickly. Therefore, and RNA can be kept stable. Therefore, this will happen. This may happen. Altering DNA may happen because we can have RNA stable. Okay, so next. The mRNA sequence encourages your body to produce the spike protein found on the surface of the virus. Your immune system is then alerted to something foreign and mounts a response to the spike protein and builds antibodies to attack it. Something foreign. Take a look at this. So your body will have something foreign. Okay, this one alone is already telling us that when you inject yourself with a chemical like this, by the way, I have never seen any website or any news, even on FDA website, the official website, or even on Pfizer website, I have not seen what do you call this? What do you call that? You know when you buy food from the supermarket, then when you take a look at the back of it, it would show the ingredients that was used, right? So if you buy, say, potato chips, so the ingredients would show this product contains dehydrated potatoes, iodized salt, omega fat oil, cheese flavoring, stuff like that. So I have never seen. If some of you guys know, please comment down in the section below. Make sure to include the website or the link where you saw it, so that everyone would be able to see it too, proving that your information is reliable. We need to find out what's inside, what's the content of Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. What are they made of? Okay, so that's what we really need to know. Okay, so if you're going to put something foreign inside your body, 99% of the time, it will be bad for your body because it's foreign. Okay, now I left 1% because to some of those people who are, who loves to have debates and is foolish and stuff like that, they're gonna probably say, so if I'm a foreigner and I'm gonna go to your country, I'm gonna do bad things already. So, I'm sure that there will be people who's gonna think like that. Alright, that's why I left the 1% for them. Okay, so there can be like chemicals from the medicines that we take in, or we drink, or we eat, that yes, of course they are foreign, but they won't harm us, and we'll just be peeing them, or it's gonna come with the poop or something. Alright, so that's the 1% that I left. Okay, now again, this should not be the word foreign here. For me, I will really put that on the negative side of my parking lot. Why? Because we're talking about mRNA, and again, mRNA is coming from the DNA, so they're very, very, very closely related. And our DNA is what do you call that? It's the genes that we have. Okay, so I'm not a scientist, so I cannot use the proper grammar for these words that I use, but that's how it is. So the genes, DNA, RNA, they're all connected. So not a thing will be able to exist without the other. So that's how close they are. Alright, so the something foreign that's being mentioned here will have something to do with your DNA and with your genes. So I am not going to allow anything that's foreign to enter my body, because if it has something to do with my DNA. So that's my point. Okay. Something foreign and mounts a response to the spike protein and builds antibodies to attack it. Okay, fine. Everyone knows about that already. To those people who use measles vaccines, flu vaccines when they go to other countries, we're all familiar with that. Okay. Now, why mRNA vaccines are safe? Like I've said, I don't know if this person who wrote this is anti-vax or not anti-vax. But actually, I think this person is pro-vaccine. You can research on it yourself. But based on all the researches that I did, let me show you. Let's take a look at Dr. Robert Malik. I think that's the name. Dr. Robert Malik. Dr. Marek. Okay. I don't know if that's Robert. Paul Marek. Okay, I'm following him on Twitter, so I see lots of stuff. Wait. Let's take a look. So, let's take a look at who this doctor that I'm gonna bring about. Okay, here. So, Dr. Paul Marek, he's a medical doctor for a long time already. And as you can see, he is a professional. And he's got lots of abbreviated letters connected to his name. Meaning he is a professional and he knows what he's talking about. Okay, now for this doctor, for him, he doesn't really say that the vaccines are like 100% bad or evil. You know, what he's saying is that if as doctors, you know that there are other medicines that would be able to cure your patient lying and dying in bed based on your experience and everything that you know, then you should be able to use that medicine to that patient. So that's what he's fighting for. And he is controversial now because one of the drugs that he used for his patients is ivermectin. Okay, which should not be controversial at all. Why? Because ivermectin is a legit drug. It's a legit medicine. Okay, and it's not bad for people. It's used by human beings. It's used for animals as well, because it's a legit medicine. Okay, it's approved by FDA. Alright, so there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of politicians and a lot of, like Dr. Fauci and everyone else is saying that no, you should not use any other drugs. We have the vaccines already. You should use the vaccines. Why? Have you ever wondered why? Why, if you're in your proper right mind, and if you're well educated, and if you're open-minded, okay, you're not a die-hard fan of something, then you should be able to see that I forgot what I was saying. I had to pause because my cat is crazy. Okay, so just think about it, guys. If you are any of those words that I mentioned, those are positive words, by the way. If you are like that, then it means that you have a proper and right thinking or correct thinking. Okay, why are you going to these vaccines? We all know that the vaccines take years and years of experiments before we are able to prove that we should be using it for human beings. Alright, now COVID, the pandemic has been with us for 2 years, just 2 years, and we started rolling out vaccines 1 year after c19 went out or came out. 1 year isn't enough. Unless, if you go back to Bill Gates and his interview way back 2015, you'll find it on YouTube. I don't need to post links. Go ahead and research it yourself, alright? And then post a link here on the comment section below. Okay. Bill Gates, way back in year 2015, he had a TED Talk, TED, TED. He had a TED Talk, and then he said, he described C19, and then he said, you know what, in the future, we're gonna have this particular virus wherein it's gonna infect people and no one knows that they're infected. That's why it's gonna be so bad, and it's going to create an epidemic or a pandemic, because a lot of people will get contaminated because it's a highly contagious disease. And he literally described C19 on his TED Talk in year 2015. that itself proves that Bill Gates know that there will be C19 in the future. Okay, it may not be year 2020, year 2019, or 2022, but he knows that there will be C19 in the future. Okay, isn't that good? Isn't that enough for you to believe and think that Bill Gates is one of those people who created it? If he's not the one who created it, then how about this? Bill Gates know that C19 is being created in some facility in other countries, and some countries are protecting it and funding it, you know, and maybe because of his conscience, oh, I'm gonna be good here, okay? I'm gonna give Bill Gates the benefit of doubt. Maybe in his conscience he can, because he's trying to create his own family in the future, so maybe that's the reason why he mentioned that on his TED Talk, just to make sure that he'll be able to wash his hands out of it, you know. And he's gonna be like, I know that there are people in countries and very rich people funding this. They're creating a biochemical virus, and they're going to release it in the future, and this is what's going to happen. So these are all the symptoms that's going to happen, and they're going to call it C19. And by that time, I think I'm going to have children already with Melinda. I don't think I would want that future for my family and my kids. But I cannot tell anyone about it because, you know, I'd lose my billions, and I may have something to do with it, you know, but they may connect my name to it. So what am I gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to create a vaccine for it. Okay, I'm going to influence and invite lots of people to create a vaccine for it as early as now. But what if they tag my name and they would say that I'm part of it when I'm not part of it? Or maybe he's part of it. Well, I'm not part of it. I need to wash hands. I need to make sure that people will not see that I am part of C9, or the creation of C19, which is a biochemical virus. And to create fear all over the world. What am I going to do? I have a scheduled talk with Ted next week. Okay, I'm going to announce it on TED, but I have to make a script to make sure that I'm not going to give away everything, and make sure that I'm gonna be the one who's gonna come out as the good guy. Maybe that's what he's thinking. I mean, if I'm Bill Gates, I'm gonna think that way too, you know. A slight well, I doubt that it's gonna happen to me, but well, if I want to be right with my God, then I'm gonna go all out, you know. If if ever. Anyway, but I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not talking about myself on this video. So we're talking about mRNA and its relationship with our human DNA. Okay, so I hope you guys will take a look at who Paul E. Marik is, and this is his Twitter. There. So this is his Twitter. Oh, take a look at this. So he's an inventor of mRNA vaccines too, and RNA as a drug, bench to bedside vaccines and biologics consulting. So he's a very prominent person and very educated. He's not after this one. So he's absolutely not anti-vaccine. Because he created it. How can you be anti with something that you created your own? But he's against mandatory jabs. That's what he's against. He's also against speeding up, people and the government and the elites of this world, making sure that giving the jabs for children will be done immediately, quickly, as soon as possible, ASAP. He's against that because he knows these vaccines are still under experimenting level. So why would you hurry? Right? And that's the same thing. That's the same thing that I believe in as well, and that's also my mantra. Now that we are on this pandemic, I would always say, there are some people who would say, why are you so concerned about the vaccine when you said you're not gonna have the vaccine, right? Including your family, right? So why are you so concerned about that? It's actually a stupid comment. Because I never said that I'm never going to have the vaccine. My point is, I'm not gonna have the vaccine now. And I'm not going to oblige to what everyone is doing. Not because everyone's doing the vaccine already, I'm gonna go ahead and have the jab too. No. I will take my time. I need to take my time. I need to make sure that is safe, not just for me, but for my entire family. Okay. That is why I'm not taking the jabs now. I will take the jabs maybe next year, or maybe after 5 years, I would take the jab when it is 100% safe and effective already. Just like other drugs and other medicines out there that I know is effective, I have the right to choose what vaccine I'm gonna get. I have the right to choose when I will get the jab, right? And that's what he's fighting for as well. Okay, which is a very, very important thing, and we really have to fight for it. Why? Because that's what the world is doing now. The world. Are you not like wondering why everyone is forcing all the people to get vaccinated quickly? Are you not wondering why? We've been in this pandemic for 2 years now, and we should be all used to it. Because we should have learned lots of things from the experience of the past 2 years already. We've been in this pandemic for 600 plus days already. We should all be used to it. Why are you still going to be scared about it? And then hurry up and getting injected by a chemical that's still on the experimenting phase. It doesn't make sense. That's my point. And that's the exact point of other people who are still not vaccinated as of now. Okay, that's the same point. Why are you hurrying us up to the point that you're going to terminate us and suspend us from our livelihood and our jobs? Why are you hurrying us to get injected by these chemicals that are still being experimented? And if we're not going to do that, we're not going to be allowed to come inside shopping malls? Why? What's your agenda? You surely, definitely, absolutely have an agenda, because you don't make sense. If the world's answer, or if your answer is that you should hurry up in getting vaccinated because, or rather so that we'd be able to reach herd immunity. That doesn't make sense, guys. Read about herd immunity. Learn about it first before you use that as an excuse. Okay, why it's not effective and why it's incorrect or wrong to say that we are in a hurry to reach herd immunity. Remember, to be able to reach herd immunity, all the people that are fully vaccinated should not be infected by COVID anymore. Okay? But guys, even if it's Pfizer, even if you get 10 shots, okay, fine. Even if you get 3 shots because you got the booster shot, you are still going to have COVID-19. You will still be infected and you will still be contagious. So what's the point? The point is, we're trying to lessen the symptom of you being sick. Okay, that's the whole point of these vax or jabs. Okay, these are not medicines to heal you from C19. Okay, these are going to lessen or lower the symptoms that you feel when you have the virus already. So compared to people who are not vaxxed yet, if they get C19, they're probably gonna feel so sick that they don't wanna stand up from the bed anymore, and they're probably vomiting. They probably have high fever for 2 days now, etc. Compared to a person who's fully vaxxed with booster shot, they also have COVID-19. They also have C19. And they just have light fever. They are not vomiting. They're probably sniffing a little because they have cold and a little cough and a little fever. Yeah, but they're both sick. It's the same. It's just the symptom that's been lessened. So if you, a person who is vaccinated or not, if you come in contact with these two people, 101% surely you're gonna get C19 as well. So where is herd immunity in that? Okay. Alright, guys, we are not stupid. We are children of God, created in His image. Do not let yourself be dumbed down by the society that's telling you if everyone's doing this, you should do it too. Okay? If we have this pandemic and you have to take care of yourself, you have to be injected with this and that, and it's a very scary thing. Do not let yourself be scared by these what do you call that? Do not let yourself be influenced by these elites using commercials, advertisements, news programs, celebrities, politicians. They're all using these people and these platforms to scare lots of people. Why? You cannot control a crowd if they're not scared. If you want to control the flock of the herd of sheep, you have to scare them. And then when they're already scared, it's gonna be so easy to make them obey what you want them to do. Okay? All these things are happening now, and it's not just about the pandemic. They don't care if you're healthy or not. Why? Because if they care, they will not force you to get a chemical that's still in experimenting phase, and if you don't get it, you're going to be terminated from your job, and then you're not going to have money anymore, and you're not going to be able to feed yourself already every day. Okay, if they care for you, they're not going to do that. Okay, it's logical, guys. Take a look at this. This is their goal. Wait. Okay, so let me end with this. It takes a while, but I got this picture from a World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum. Did I say it right? World Economic Forum. Okay, so this is legit. It's not fake news. This is not some small thing. It is based in Switzerland. It's an organization. Okay, and this is what's happening now. All right, they're having these meetings to make sure that these problems of the world or issues of the world will be taken care of as soon as possible, ASAP. Their goal actually is 2030, but everything is happening now as we see it. Okay, with how they make sure that everyone will be scared, so that they will hurry up and get the jobs already. If they don't obey, terminate them from their jobs. Scare them. Don't let them enter shopping malls. Lock them up in their houses. Because one of the news from my country, it said this particular group says that all people who are not vaccinated yet should be locked down, because so that the vaccinated will be protected. Does it make freaking sense? Oh my goodness, it's making me angry. I mean, that the reason why you got the vaccine is because you believe that you're going to be protected, right? Then why are you so scared with people who doesn't have the vaccine yet? You're the one who's protected, and you're the one who's scared? That's stupid. Okay, so this is... They call it the Great Reset. Alright, research about it. Okay. The Great Reset. This is not a joke, and this is real. If you don't know about it, then... you're probably stuck in your smartphone, everyday doodling with social media, watching Korean dramas, playing online games, who doesn't care about the world. And then you're gonna be so shocked when one morning you wake up that everyone are zombies already, and you're gonna be like, duh, what's happening? Okay, so... and this is what they have. Okay, and this is what they want. There are videos about this on YouTube. You'll see their advertisements. They have advertisements. And this is the great World Economic Forum ad. A Great Reset. So for them, the pandemic is a great reset. It's not a joke. They're the ones who said that. This is a verified channel. Okay. And Davos agenda. I'll read about that too.
The pandemic has radically changed the world as we know it. The pandemic has radically changed the
world as we know it. Okay. I'm not going to say anything about that anymore. I'm gonna put that on another video. Okay. Alright, so take a look at this. I've highlighted, no, not highlighted, but I pointed with red markings right there, if you see it. the ones that's there, that is happening already. There. I'm gonna show it to you. So the red ones are the stuff that I know it is happening already. Okay, like right now. Okay, and the Great Reset means these elites, that person, and Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, the Rothschild, all the very, very rich people that you know who are working behind the scenes, you know, they are the ones who's gathering every year in Sun Valley. They're having a meeting. All the rich people of the world are having a meeting every year in Sun Valley. They are talking about, who the heck knows what they talk about, because reporters are not allowed inside. But these are real. You can also YouTube them. And there are reporters who were able to video them, because they're allowed to get videos outside. So you will literally see who the rich and the powerful people are, because there would be smiling on the camera and stuff like that. But for the reporters, or the reporters or not the rich, to be able to enter the conference, which is done yearly, no, it's not allowed. So I cannot find any videos that would show what they talk about inside. But what do rich people talk about when they gather? Okay, it's but logical. They're talking about how to grow their gold trees even bigger, how to make sure that a world crisis will benefit them. You know, they're not talking about how to help others and how to help the poor. Because if they're doing that, if they're talking about that every year on each of their conferences, then we should have seen a great decline of poor people all over the world. But we don't see it. What we see is the fact that the rich became more rich and the poor becomes more dirt poor. Okay, alright, so let me end with this. Let me show you. These are their agendas. Okay, the World Economic Forum, or the elites of the world, wants to make sure that the Great Reset will include LGBT inclusion. So, probably all the laws that the LGBT or people who practice homosexuality, all the laws that they want, including suing us if we look at them and when they feel like we're discriminating them, when actually we're not discriminating them, we're just looking at them because they look weird, and they can sue us already. You know, laws like that will be included in the Great Reset. What else? Gender parity. When gender parity means if I am born scientifically a woman, but I don't feel like a woman, so I'm gonna say I'm not a woman, I'm also not a man. I'm gonna stay in the middle, so please call me them. Don't call me she or he. Please call me them. There's a person who's like that already. It's Demi Lovato. Yeah. For her, she's not a she, and she's not a he. It's even worse than being bisexual. Because if you're bisexual, you know what you want. I want a girl, I am sexually attracted to a girl, and the same thing with boys. Okay, so that's being bisexual. For Demi Lovato, no, she'd say, I am not a he, I'm not a she, I'm not, so what am I? What am I? I'm an it. Okay, so she said, please call me them. Don't call me he, don't call me she, please call me them. Isn't that stupid? Alright, so gender parity will be okay when the Great Reset happens. They're also going to remove or change lots of human rights, which is but logical, because if you're gonna go for LGBT inclusion and gender parity, then you're changing human rights. What else? All these things are what's gonna happen, okay? But I just highlighted some of the stuff that's very easy to identify because they're happening already. So we have, what's this? Future computing, future of media. Okay, future of media, entertainment, and culture. Alright. What does that mean? As you can see, K-pop is very, 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 very famous already, not just in Korea, but all over the world. And what is the content of K-pop? Self-love, beauty. Everything needs to revolve around being beautiful, okay, and being perfect. You know, when you dance, even if it's 4 times faster, you know, the speed of music, they made it into 4 times faster, you should be able to still do your choreography perfectly. So that one's included. Digital economy and new value creation. Digital economy, like, you know, money, bitcoins and stuff. Drones. Yes. There is an Amazon commercial. I'm not sure if it's Amazon, but it's a famous company in America. It's an ad. You'll see it on YouTube. They would use drones to deliver food. So they are saying that, hey, don't worry about the lockdown because we're going to deliver what you need. And it's going to be contactless as well because the drones are going to be the ones delivering to you. Alright, high tech. But, yeah, it's high tech. But the negative side of it is that they're forcing you and they're inculcating in your mind, or they are convincing you that it's okay to be locked down in your own home. Because we're going to deliver everything that you need anyways. You're not going to be tired anymore. You're not going to come out. What cartoon is this? It's... What cartoon is that? Wall-E. Wall-E fat people. Ta-da! Remember when there is a so-called conspiracy theory wherein some cartoons, some comic strip in America, some cartoons like The Simpsons, Family Guy, Disney cartoons, they would say that they predict the future? Just like Wall-E. This is the future that we're gonna have. This is the future that the Great Reset or the World Economic Forum wants us to become. We're just gonna stay inside our houses. And we are not supposed to worry about being locked down. Why? Because everything will be delivered to us anyway. So what will happen to us? We cannot go out anymore. We're gonna be bored. We're gonna be lazy. And we're gonna be this fat. Wall-E is not a prediction of the future. It's a script. And those elites who created them are laughing their butts. They're laughing at us. Because we think that these are just cartoons, or these are just predictions, or these are just conspiracy theories. When in fact, they're real. And they're the script of the world, the script that the elites have created to make sure that we are all controlled. Okay. Drones, digital identity. There is an Amazon store. No, Amazon has created a store. It's already up, live, and open in America, wherein you don't need money to buy things from that department store or supermarket. All you need to have is your digital identity. So you can enter and then get what you want, get the items that you need, You're not going to pass by any cashier anymore. You're just going to put them in the plastic bag and then you go out and that's it. And then your phone would ring, ting, notifying you that this is the amount that that has been deducted from your online wallet, and thank you for shopping with us. Amazon One, I think it's called Amazon One. Okay, so that's digital identity. Yes, it's good, but it's also bad. And in the future, it will be used by bad people for their own benefit. So, in short, it's going to be bad. Internet governance. I'm not going to explain that anymore. Future of health and healthcare. Abortion, ladies and gentlemen. Abortion will be then approved by all countries. So, we all know that's already happening, right? So, the Great Reset means you have to make sure that you reset the number of people living on Earth as well. Okay, because they cannot go higher than 6 billion. It's gonna be so hard to control already. And if that happens, then the supply there will be shortage on the supply. So if there will be shortage, even if we have tons of billions and money, if the earth or nature will have shortage, then even if I'm rich and famous, I'm not going to be able to eat already. So the elites would make sure that that too will be reset. Okay, by killing babies. Killing future human beings to make sure that 6 billion would stay at 6 billion. Okay. Global governance. This is one world movement wherein there will be just one specific leader being the king or the leader of all the countries in the world. He is or she is going to be very charismatic. Probably good looking because charismatic. He's gonna be very intelligent. Leaders and presidents of the countries would listen to him and would believe him. And he would he would remove all the religions and he would put up just one religion and will require everyone to bow down to that one religion. And it's there will be just one money. You know, I'm not making up stories. If you don't know these things, then you're probably one of those people who's just staring on their smartphones every day. Okay, research about it. Those are real. And I'm not even gonna say that it's from the Bible, even though I already said it. But, okay, but you'll also be able to find that information outside the Bible. Okay, just to prove to you. Oh, see, take a look. The Great Reset, C19 is included. Why? Do you see? This is so funny. Like, I mean, if C19 is a surprise, if it's really a surprise virus, and no one knew about it, then why would that be a part of this plan, which has been created many years ago, and they're just actually waiting to be able to put it in good use. Climate change is also included. Workforce and employment. So, C19 is already part of workforce and employment now. There are lots of companies who are hiring people who are not hiring people that are not vaccinated. Global risks. Remember, Churchill take advantage of a crisis. Winston Churchill. Never waste a good crisis. Never let a good crisis go to waste. This is what famous Winston Churchill said. Okay, and this is the thinking of all those rich and powerful people. They will make sure that C19 and crisis like C19 will not go to waste, meaning it should benefit them. Let's go create lots of drugs. Let's go scare people so that they'd buy to this particular store only. Let's, things like that. Future of food, GMO products, or genetically modified food. Okay, so your regular tomatoes, which are small, they'll be able to make it bigger and juicier, but there are lots of chemicals inside. It's already happening. It's been happening for a while now. Air pollution, 3D printing. Okay. The rest you can go ahead and research it yourself. You'll be able to find that picture from on the internet, and a lot of information about it too. So this is the person in charge of World Economic Forum. Yeah, I guess that's about it for me. Let me just show other pictures. So this is Davos reset. There you go. There you go. There you go. So again, the Great Reset is not a funny word. It's not a conspiracy theory. They are the ones who put that title to their agenda. It's not me. What else? Sun Valley Conference of the rich and of the rich. Secret gathering. Yes, it's a secret. Like I've said, reporters are not allowed inside. So why? I mean, you know that you're a celebrity. You know that you're famous and rich. So why would you have meetings every year and make sure that no one will know about it? Why? Does that make sense? What else? Let's show you predictions from The Simpsons. So again, let me reiterate, these are not predictions. These are scripts. Okay? And apparently they love to make fun of us. Remember suicide? Remember Squid Games? Remember on Squid Games, the rich people are having fun watching the poor try to save themselves on the games. So that's what they are doing too. That's the reason why they're putting up their scripts on cartoons and comic strips. Because it's fun for them. It's fun for them to make fun of us. That's what they want. I guess that's it for me, guys. Let me just share one of my notes. I'm gonna say this in my language. I'm gonna put it on the description below too, so that to those people who wants to translate it in their own language, you can do so. Just use Google Translate. And just a reminder to those who would like to get injected already, please make sure that you're going to study first before you allow them to inject a chemical in your body, because it's your life that is at stake. Okay. Oh, I'm just translating it for you. Okay. These again, the effects of COVID vaccines is really just to lower down or slow down or lower down the symptoms of C19. That's the only thing that the vaccines will be able to do. And I'm referring to these 3 vaccines because they are the only ones approved and authorized by FDA. For all the other vaccines, they are on experiment stage. Therefore, it's best for you to not get it because you're not a lab rat, you're not a guinea pig. You know, you should not be experimented. Okay? And if they're forcing you to be to get the vaccine, then they're forcing you to be experimented. You know, mRNA vaccines are Pfizer and Moderna, meaning they have gene editing feature. So and it's proven by Pfizer CEO. He is the one who said it, not me. Alright, so if that's the case, then your genes will be affected, including the genes of the people or babies that's gonna come from your gene. Alright. In the Philippines, some people are being asked to sign a waiver before they get the jab. And if that, you have to make sure that you read the waiver very, very well. Make sure that the waiver will not say that no one will be responsible when something bad happens to you after you get the vaccine, because that's illegal. Okay? PhilHealth will be responsible. They would help you when something bad happens to you because of the vaccine. If you sign that waiver, then PhilHealth will not be able to help you. You're gonna die alone without money. Okay, now, for other vaccines that are not FDA approved, and if you allow them to inject you with those vaccines, and if they say, oh, without the vax, you cannot go to this company anymore, or you cannot go to this school anymore, or you cannot enter the shopping mall, that is illegal in the Republic Act of my country. You'll find that law on Section 12, RA or Republic Act 11525. Okay. Lastly, again, if we're not saying that we're not going to be vaccinated, period. What we're saying is that we're not going to be vaccinated yet. After more testings and experiments, if we see that in the future we'll be able to get the jabs because they are 100% safe and effective already, then that's the time that we're going to have the jab. If your boss, if your government is forcing you to get the jab as soon as possible or immediately, then they obviously have a different agenda, and that is surely not for your benefit. Okay, I got several websites below. I'm gonna put them on the description box too, so that you'll be able to see that all the things that I talked about are legit and not fake news. Okay, and remember that we have to be vigilant. Remember that the elites running the world wants mass control. Why? If you cannot control people, then you don't have power. Okay? And the reason why these people are filthy rich is because they want to have power. Okay? That's the COVID agenda, and we're not laboratory rats, we're not experiment animals, we should not be put on cages, we're not guinea pigs. Okay? And you have to make sure that you're always going to spread facts. Again, guys, if you have information, more information from what this video is all about, please put them on the comment section below. I'm not to be approved and be posted. I have to see where you're from. I mean, what's your credibility? Are you a professor? Are you a student of this and that? Are you a geneticist and stuff like that? Okay, without that information from you, I'm not gonna post whatever you say, because it's just gonna be from your opinion, and you have to prove that you have reliable sources. So might as well put your reliable sources or websites or links as well. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure that you're always healthy. This is the perfect time for you to quit smoking. Stop being drunkards, make sure you exercise even 3 times a week, and pray, because even if we do not have the power, God has the power, and He's always in control. You may not see it, but He is working, yeah, everything will result to goodness too. Check out the Bible if you want to know more about that. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye. Hey, have a good weekend. Bye.